Now at 5 this morning. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor. Also ahead, the ongoing construction in New Hartford could impact your morning commute. We'll have the details there. First, let's get a check of our forecast, and it looks like some rain may be moving into the area.
Yes, so as of right now, we are mostly dry. A few light rain showers are possible, but today through Wednesday will remain unsettled with scattered showers.
Well, it is late September.
Yes, it's late September. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. At this point, once again, a few isolated showers. Waking up mostly cloudy this morning, and temperatures at this point are in the mid-50s. We will just reach the low 60s for the high temperature today. It is going to remain a little bit cooler, more fall-like temperatures for the rest of this week. And once again, the weather looks to remain unsettled through Wednesday with cloudy skies and on and off scattered showers. Once again, a lot cooler this week with high temperatures just in the upper 50s and low 60s. But by Thursday, the sun looks to come back in and it looks to be sunny once again for most of the weekend. But for today, we are tracking on and off scattered showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms later on in the day. And I will be tracking out all this rain coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away.
Welcome back. We are going to be seeing cooler weather for this week. We are going to be seeing temperatures in the low 60s and the upper 50s. So it is going to be a little bit on the chillier side, especially for Wednesday and Thursday with high temperatures just in the mid to upper 50s. But it is going to feel nice and comfortable in terms of humidity for the near future. It doesn't really look like humidity is going to be a problem. Very refreshing dew point values are expected for this week and into next weekend. Looking ahead at our fall foliage report, still some little color changing on the trees, but come the following weeks, we are going to start to see our fall foliage and our leaves really start to change with these cooler weather and the lower humidity. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Hannah, thank you. Another
full weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are tracking cloudy skies and a few isolated showers this morning, but the weather looks to remain unsettled through the middle of the week. Let's take a look now at the Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Mostly cloudy and a little bit cool to start with temperatures at this point just in the mid-50s. And taking a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. We are tracking a few isolated showers in the area, but nothing really too heavy yet. Scattered showers are possible, especially for the afternoon, and maybe even a rumble of thunder or two in the later evening hours of tonight. But this is all due to this low pressure system just to the northwest of us that will kind of be lingering over our area for at least the next few days, with high pressure building in on Thursday, and that is when we will dry out. But for this morning, we have temperatures in the 50s, 52 degrees in Dalgeville, 57 degrees in Utica, 55 degrees in Westmoreland, and looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Hamilton and 57 degrees in Cooperstown. And our high temperature today only looks to reach the low 60s. It is going to remain on the cooler side for the rest of this week into the weekend. But here this morning, just a small chance of rain at this point, a few light isolated showers, but late morning, early afternoon, it is probable we are going to continue to see some scattered showers start to pick up. We do look to dry out tonight. It gets dry, but mostly cloudy, and then it picks back up to scattered showers for tomorrow morning through tomorrow most of the day. And once again, the unsettled weather continues through Wednesday. So for today through Wednesday, because of that low pressure system lingering over us, that will bring scattered showers to the region. High pressure looks to build in on Thursday, and that is when we will dry out for some sunshine once Thursday comes around for the rest of the weekend. But as for today, mostly cloudy skies to start this morning. We are going to be seeing high temperatures reach the low 60s, and scattered showers are possible through most of the day, with maybe even a few rumbles of thunder, especially later on today. Tonight, we do look to mostly dry out, seeing mostly cloudy skies. And as for tomorrow, scattered showers do look to pick back up in the morning and last throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. High temperatures tomorrow just in the low 60s. 60s as well. And then heading into Wednesday, we cool down a little bit. Wednesday, a few isolated showers are still possible, and high temperatures look to just reach the upper 50s. But as for today, we will reach the low 60s, just a slight breeze outside and scattered showers, maybe even a thunder or storm or two later on in the day. And as for tonight, a few lingering showers, but we do look to mostly dry out overnight with mostly cloudy skies. So once again, the unsettled weather looks to continue through Wednesday. Then high pressure builds in on Thursday, and that's what brings us sunshine once again for next weekend, Gary.
The people who love the fall are happy right now, right?
Yes, temperatures this week will be in the upper 50s and low 60s, so a little bit cooler.
Yeah, a lot cooler for folks.
Yes.
That's for sure. Hannah, thanks. Last week we told you good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. A busy morning here at News Channel 2, but first, the possibility of some rain. We want to get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Hannah Evans, and it sounds like some rain's coming down right now.
Yes, we are seeing light to moderate rain showers here this morning, but throughout the day we will continue to see scattered showers, and it looks to remain unsettled through the middle of the week.
And it started on cue just when you were about to talk.
Yes,
here.
just as soon as I started talking.
Yeah.
So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. At this point, we are tracking a few isolated showers. They are going to be light to moderate, but we are mostly dry with mostly cloudy skies here this morning. Scattered showers do look to pick up later on in the day, possibly even a thunderstorm or two later on. But for this morning, we are starting out in the mid-50s in terms of temperature, and we only look to reach the low 60s for today. And for the rest of this week, it is going to be more fall-like in terms of temperature, with highs just in the upper 50s and low 60s. So unsettled weather continues for today, and it looks to last through Wednesday because of an area of low pressure system. But come Thursday, that's when high pressure comes back in and the sun looks to make a return. But we are going to be a lot cooler this week with highs just in the upper 50s and low 60s. So for today, expect a few scattered showers, possibly even a thunderstorm or two, with highs in the low 60s. And I will be talking a little bit more about this rain this week coming up. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Hannah, thanks. Tropical storm Ian continues to strengthen as it makes its way toward the U.S. Here's a look at the national satellite image from NBC. The storm is nearing Cuba with maximum sustained winds right now of about 65 miles per hour. Evacuations will begin today. Now, this as the tropical storm is forecast to strengthen into a hurricane, and check that path out right there, heading right up towards Tampa. Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida has declared a state of emergency already. And for more on that, we send it to reporter Trevor Sochaki on the ground for us this morning near Tampa.
So expect heavy rains, strong winds, flash flooding, storm surge, and even isolated tornadoes.
Preparing for those impacts of a hurricane also includes knowing your evacuation zone.
Also anticipate that in certain areas of the state, if you are in a very vulnerable area, there may even be evacuations that are issued.
These are the evacuation zones in the Tampa Bay area.
I encourage all Floridians to not only continue these preparedness efforts, but also take the time to know their zone and know their home.
The most at risk are low-lying areas, in red, called Zone A. They'll be evacuated first, then orange, yellow, and so on.
If your home address is not in one of the labeled colors, you do not live in an evacuation zone, and therefore you need to know your home.
Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie said knowing your home involves assessing its risk for storm surge or winds.
If you're in a manufactured home, low-lying area, or some other structure that cannot sustain winds, you will need to evacuate when your local emergency manager asks you to do so.
If you don't live in one of the evacuation zones and your residence can sustain winds and storm surge, you can choose to shelter in place. Just know you may lose power for multiple days.
And that was Trevor Sochaki reporting from Tampa. Turning now to the ongoing crisis in Ukraine.
Welcome back. High temperatures today look to just range in the 50s to low 60s. So up in the North Country, our high temperatures do range into the 50s today. In the Mohawk Valley, we are going to be right near 60 in the low 60s, and same thing goes for the Southern Valleys. A few showers and possibly a few thunderstorms are possible throughout the day, especially later on this afternoon. So for today through Wednesday, that is when it will be unsettled. A few breaks are possible in the clouds for some sunshine, but but more clouds than sun is expected. And by Thursday, that is when the sun looks to make a return for next weekend. So over the next 2 days, it will remain unsettled. For today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, a few scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, but then we do dry out for Thursday. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. It was a bit of a home.
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out mostly cloudy and a few isolated showers are possible here this morning, but the unsettled weather does look to continue through Wednesday. Let's take a look now at the CATV tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Mostly cloudy and a bit cool to start with temperatures at this point in the 50s. It is going to remain on the cooler side today and for most of this week, with the unsettled weather continuing through the middle of the week. So as of right now, if we take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we are just tracking a few isolated showers this morning, but scattered showers are expected throughout most of today through Wednesday. This is due to this low pressure system that is going to be lingering over us just to the northwest of us. So that will be lingering over, and we look to dry out on Thursday, and that is when high pressure does look to start to build in. So for today through Wednesday, unsettled weather will continue with the dry weather and sun coming back in on Thursday. And we are going to be on the cooler side for most of this week. Temperatures at this point are starting out in the 50s. We have 54 degrees in Inlet and 57 degrees in Utica. And looking to the south, we have 57 degrees in Cooperstown and 54 degrees in Hamilton. The high temperature today looks to reach the low 60s, but we will be ranging in the mid 50s to low 60s for all of this week in terms of high temperature. So as for this morning, there is still a chance of rain here this morning, but late morning, early afternoon, that is when that rain chances become probable. Scattered showers will continue through the afternoon and evening, possibly maybe even a few rumbles of thunder as well. But we do look to mostly dry out tonight, and the unsettled weather picks right back up again for tomorrow morning and for tomorrow most of the day, and that looks to continue through Wednesday. So today through Wednesday, that is when scattered showers are going to be possible due to this low pressure system. But come Thursday, high pressure will build in and we will dry out for Thursday and for the weekend. As for today, though, mostly cloudy skies take over. Highs just reaching the low 60s and scattered showers, possibly maybe even a few thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Tonight, we do look to mostly dry out with mostly cloudy skies, but tomorrow the unsettled weather looks to pick right back up with scattered showers, especially in the late morning and afternoon hours through the evening. Heading into Wednesday, the unsettled weather looks to continue. Isolated showers are possible for the day on Wednesday with mostly cloudy skies. And as for today, a few scattered showers, possibly a few thunderstorms, especially this afternoon and evening. Highs will reach the low 60s. And tonight, we do look to mostly dry out, but see mostly cloudy skies with the low in the upper 40s. So as for tomorrow and Wednesday, same story. Scattered showers are possible for tomorrow and Wednesday. High pressure comes in on Thursday, and that is when we dry out for sunshine for the rest of the week into the weekend, Gary.
At least there's no frost overnight like the last, Thursday, Friday?
Yes, so as of right now, not really looking like there could be any frost, so it looks nice.
Good news.
Good news.
Hannah, thanks. If you are just waking up, we have the day. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator. Also ahead, the ongoing construction in New Hartford could impact your morning commute. We'll tell you where the holdups might be. First, though, things may have dried out overnight, but not staying that way for long. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is in the Storm Tracker 2 Weather Center tracking the possibility of some more showers, and the ones that were on just a few minutes ago has stopped.
Yes, so we are just seeing a few isolated showers this morning. For today, scattered showers will continue, and this unsettled weather looks to last through Wednesday.
So at least it's not an all-day thing.
Yes, it's not going to be widespread, just a few scattered showers. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Once again, at this point, we're tracking a few isolated showers. Otherwise, we are mostly cloudy, a little bit cooler to start, and the unsettled weather does look to continue through Wednesday. We are also going to remain on the cooler side for this week. High temperatures today look to reach just into the low 60s, and for this week, the fall-like temperatures do come in with highs in the upper 50s and low 60s for the rest of the week. The unsettled weather does look to continue today through Wednesday with scattered showers possible. on all 3 of these days. And once again, it is going to be a little bit cooler, feeling way more like fall this week for the first full week of fall. And we will be drying out by Thursday as high pressure builds back in and that sunshine comes in. So it does look like Thursday through most of the weekend, the sun will come back in with nice fall weather. But for today, scattered showers are possible, as well as a few scattered thunderstorms. Highs are going to be in the low 60s, and I will be talking about this rain this week coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away.
Welcome back. We are going to be a little bit cooler this week, seeing more fall-like temperatures with highs in the low 60s for the next 2 days, and even on Wednesday and Thursday just in the upper 50s. So it is going to feel a little bit cooler for the first full week of fall, and humidity has dropped, so we are not really going to be seeing that much humidity for the near future. Very comfortable dew point values for most of this week into next weekend. So with this cooler weather, lower humidity, the leaves are really going to start to change. Still seeing a little bit color right now, but within the next couple of weeks, we really are going to start to notice the leaves changing and on our fall foliage map. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Another 52 Starlink satellite.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are tracking cloudy skies and a few isolated showers this morning with unsettled weather looking to continue through Wednesday. So let's take a look now at the Cavie Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Once again, mostly cloudy and a little bit cool to start with temperatures in the 50s. And at this point, we are just tracking a few isolated showers on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. But we are mostly dry and mostly cloudy here this morning. Scattered showers and possibly even a few thunderstorms are possible, especially for the afternoon and evening hours of today. But this unsettled weather does look to continue through Wednesday due to this area of low pressure just to the northwest of us that's kind of going to be sitting over our area. And we don't look to clear out until Thursday. That is when high pressure does look to start to build in and brings back the sunshine and the dry weather. According to our Skywatchers, we are in the 50s this morning, and for this first full week of fall, it is going to feel like it with high temperatures just in the 50s and 60s all week. So we have 53 degrees in Old Forge and Inlet and 55 degrees in New Hartford and Westdale. And looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Cooperstown, Milford, Evanston, and Morris this morning. We will just reach the low 60s for the high temperature today, and the chance of rain is going to become probable in the late morning, early afternoon hours. So it does look like we are going to continue to see scattered showers, possibly even a few rumbles of thunder for this afternoon and evening. But tonight, we do look to dry out, and the clouds look to start to decrease, especially later on in the night for if you wanted to go out and try to see if you could see Jupiter for viewing conditions. But in the beginning of the night, it is going to be raining. Then clouds decrease for partly cloudy skies around 10 p.m. The clouds increase come tomorrow morning once again, and scattered showers continue starting tomorrow morning through the afternoon, and the unsettled weather continues through Wednesday. So scattered showers are possible through Wednesday due to that area of low pressure, but our high pressure builds in on Thursday. That dries us out and brings in some sunshine for Thursday and for most of the weekend. So as for today, we are going to be seeing cloudy skies and scattered showers throughout most of the day. Highs are going to be in the low 60s, and a few thunderstorms are even possible here this afternoon and evening. But tonight, we do look to dry out and the clouds decrease for a little bit. Once again, if you did want to go out and see if you could see Jupiter. But as for tomorrow morning, clouds increase once again and scattered showers continue for especially the afternoon hours of tomorrow. Heading into Wednesday, we do look to remain mostly cloudy overnight into Wednesday, and on Wednesday, isolated showers continue before we look to dry out Thursday. So as for today, we are going to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers, possibly a few scattered thunderstorms, and highs in the low 60s. And as for tonight, a few rain showers in the beginning of the night. Then we do look to dry out and clouds start to decrease for a little bit. And the unsettled weather continues through Wednesday with scattered showers. High pressure looks to come in on Thursday. That brings back the sun and dry weather, Gary.
So at least there's no frost.
There is the possibility of some frost Thursday into Friday. So just one night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Stay with us. The time now is 6:22. Coming up, thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. Once again, a busy morning here at News Channel 2. First, With the possibility of rain, we want to get a check of your forecast. Meteorologist Hannah Evans here to help us all plan our Monday ahead and bring the umbrella, right?
Yes, just in case. As of right now, we are mostly dry, but scattered showers, maybe even some thunderstorms will take over for the afternoon.
So it just looks like spotty.
Yes, so as of right now, just spotty. We did see a little bit more rain earlier on this morning, but right now we do look dry. So here's a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Once again, at this point, we are mostly dry. A few isolated showers are possible this morning, but for the rest of the day, scattered showers and possibly a few thunderstorms for the afternoon and evening are in the forecast. And for the rest of this week, it is going to remain on the cooler side with more fall-like weather. So temperatures this morning are in the mid-50s. We will just reach the low 60s today, and for the rest of the week, highs will remain in the upper 50s and low 60s. So for our first full week of fall, it is going to be feeling a little bit more like fall. So the unsettled weather for today looks to continue through Wednesday with scattered showers on all 3 of these days. And it is going to be a lot cooler this week. Once again, highs just in the upper 50s and low 60s. But then come Thursday, that is when our high pressure system will come back in. We will dry out, and the sun looks to make a return for Thursday and for most of the weekend. So for today, expect a few scattered showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Highs will reach the low 60s, and then we'll be talking a little bit more about this unsettled weather coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Tropical storm east to strengthen as it makes its way toward the U.S. Now here's a look at the latest national satellite image from NBC. The storm is nearing Cuba with maximum sustained winds of up to 65 miles per hour. Evacuations will begin there today. Now, as the tropical storm is forecast to strengthen into a hurricane, Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency. And for more on that, we send it to reporter Trevor Sochaki on the ground for us this morning near Tampa.
So expect heavy rains, strong winds, flash flooding, storm surge, and even isolated tornadoes.
Preparing for those impacts of a hurricane also includes knowing your evacuation zone.
Also anticipate that in certain areas of the state, if you are in a very vulnerable area, there may even be evacuations that are issued.
These are the evacuation zones in the Tampa Bay area.
I encourage all Floridians to not only continue these preparedness efforts, but also take the time to know their zone and know their home.
The most at risk are low-lying areas, in red, called Zone A. They'll be evacuated first, then orange, yellow, and so on.
If your home address is not in one of the labeled colors, you do not live in an evacuation zone, and therefore you need to know your home.
Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie said knowing your home involves assessing its risk for storm surge or winds.
If you're in a manufactured home, low-lying area, or some other structure that cannot sustain winds, you will need to evacuate when your local emergency manager asks you to do so.
If you don't live in one of the evacuation zones and your residence can sustain winds and storm surge, you can choose to shelter in place. Just know you may lose power for multiple days.
Trevor Sochaki reporting from Tampa. Turning now to the
Welcome back. We are going to be feeling a little bit more like fall today with high temperatures just ranging in the 50s to 60s. So up in the North Country, our high temperature will range in the 50s today. In the Mohawk Valley, we will be right near 60, and same thing goes for the southern valleys for the high temperature today. Is also going to remain on the cooler side for this week with highs in the 50s and 60s through next weekend. But for today through Wednesday, once again, it is remaining unsettled with on and off scattered showers for all 3 of these days. So a few breaks are possible in the clouds to see some sunshine, but overall we will be seeing more clouds than sun, with the sun fully coming back in on Thursday as high pressure makes a return. So for today, scattered showers are possible, especially in the afternoon and evening. It is going to remain unsettled once again through Wednesday. So for both tomorrow and Wednesday, scattered showers are possible with high temperatures right near 60. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And with fall temperatures,
We are tracking cloudy skies to start here this morning, as well as a few isolated showers, but the weather will remain unsettled for today through Wednesday. So let's take a look now at the CAV tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Once again, cloudy skies to start. I would definitely just grab the umbrella this morning because scattered showers are possible, especially this afternoon and through the evening. And taking a look now at the York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we are mostly dry. There were a few isolated showers that moved through earlier on this morning, but once again, the weather will remain unsettled today with scattered showers, especially possible late morning, early afternoon. This is all due to this area of low pressure. This will kind of remain up in the northwest of us for the next couple of days through Wednesday. And then high pressure looks to push through on Thursday, and that will bring us dry weather once again for Thursday and for most of the weekend with sunshine. But it is going to remain on the cooler side for this first full week of fall. Temperatures at this point are in the 50s. We have 53 degrees in Old Forge and Inlet and 55 degrees in New Hartford and Westdale. And looking to the south, we have 51 degrees in Lawrence and 53 degrees in West Lawrence. The high temperature today looks to reach just in the low 60s, and we will remain in the 50s and 60s for the high temperature this week. So a little bit on the cooler side than what we have been seeing for at least the past couple of weeks. And once again, the chance of rain jumps up to probable for late morning, early afternoon. So scattered showers, possibly even a few thunderstorms for this afternoon and evening. But the good news is that we do dry out tonight and clouds look to decrease. So if you did want to go outside, maybe see if you can see Jupiter, because it is going to be close to the Earth tonight. It is going to be partly cloudy at some points of the night. So should be okay to go out and try to see that. But as for tomorrow morning, we jump right back up to some more scattered showers for the rest of the day tomorrow, and that will last through Wednesday. So once again, today through Wednesday, scattered showers are possible as unsettled weather continues, but we do dry out with sunshine coming back in on Thursday and for most of the weekend. But on our Skycast here today, we will be seeing cloudy skies. Scattered showers are definitely possible late morning, early afternoon, as well as a few thunderstorms. But we do look to dry out tonight, and clouds decrease a little bit for some breaks in that cloud cover if you want to go out and see Jupiter once again. But tomorrow, the clouds will increase tomorrow morning once again, and scattered showers continue for most of the day tomorrow, and that looks to linger through Wednesday. But overall, these next couple of days, no washout weather is expected. A few isolated showers here and there, and a few scattered showers for today through Wednesday. As for today, once again, scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible, especially late morning, early afternoon. Highs are just going to reach the low 60s, and we do dry out tonight, and clouds look to decrease for a little bit later on in the night with a low in the upper 40s. So through Wednesday, the unsettled weather will continue with cooler weather, highs just in the 50s and 60s. We do dry out for Thursday and for most of the weekend, Gary.
Good for us.
Yes, so once again, the weekend is looking pretty nice.
We like to hear that. Hannah, thanks. Well, this is getting a lot of buzz on social media. Yes, I'm Gary Libitor. Things may have dried out overnight, but they won't stay that way for long. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is here with the Storm Tracker 2 Weather Center, tracking the possibility of some more showers, and we did hear them earlier, but they've stopped.
Yes, so earlier we did see a few isolated showers. Now we are dry, but mostly cloudy. But as for today, scattered showers look to continue in the afternoon.
It's a little bit in and out, in and out.
Yes, on and off, I would say, for the next couple of days through Wednesday. So let's take a look now at the bus stop forecast. If you are going to be heading out to the bus stop this morning, I would just grab the umbrella. But at this point, we are dry, seeing a little bit more cloud cover than sun. And in the afternoon, scattered showers, a few isolated thunderstorms are also possible, so just be prepared for that for the afternoon and evening. Highs will reach the low 60s. As we head into tonight, a few showers linger, but then we do dry out, and clouds look to decrease a little bit for partly cloudy skies. Back to you, Gary.
Thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. Right now, fire investigators in Tropical Storm Ian continues to strengthen as it makes its way toward the U.S. Now here's a look at the latest national satellite image from NBC. The storm is nearing Cuba with maximum sustained winds of up to 65 miles per hour. Evacuations will begin there today. Now, as the tropical storm is forecast to strengthen into a major hurricane, it is expected to pass up towards Tampa, and Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida has declared a state of emergency already. For more on that, we send it to reporter Trevor Sochaki on the ground for us this morning near Tampa.
So expect heavy rains, strong winds, flash flooding, storm surge, and even isolated tornadoes.
Preparing for those impacts of a hurricane also includes knowing your evacuation zone.
Also anticipate that in certain areas of the state, if you are in a very vulnerable area, there may even be evacuations that are issued.
These are the evacuation zones in the Tampa Bay area.
I encourage all Floridians to not only continue these preparedness efforts, but also take the time to know their zone and know their home.
The most at risk are low-lying areas, in red, called Zone A. They'll be evacuated first, then orange, yellow, and so on.
If your home address is not in one of the labeled colors, you do not live in an evacuation zone, and therefore you need to know your home.
Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie said knowing your home involves assessing its risk for storm surge or winds.
If you're in a manufactured home, low-lying area, or some other structure that cannot sustain winds, you will need to evacuate when your local emergency manager asks you to do so.
If you don't live in one of the evacuation zones and your residence can sustain winds and storm surge, you can choose to shelter in place. Just know you may lose power for multiple days.
Trevor Shashaki reporting in Tampa.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are tracking mostly cloudy skies to start this morning with the unsettled weather continuing today through Wednesday. So let's take a look now at the Cavity Tower camera. Overlooking the Mohawk Valley, we are seeing more clouds than sun to start. It is a little bit cool with temperatures in the 50s. And at this point, we are tracking mostly dry conditions on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We did see a few isolated showers earlier here this morning, but at this point, we are dry with the possibility of scattered showers to continue for the afternoon and evening. But as of right now, just tracking mostly cloudy skies to start. This low pressure system that is just to the northwest of us will affect us through Wednesday. It's kind of going to linger over us. That brings in unsettled weather for today through Wednesday. Then high pressure builds back in for Thursday, drying us out, and the sunshine returning for Thursday through most of the weekend. But this morning we are cool to start. We are in the 50s. We have just 56 in Clinton, 55 degrees in New Hartford, and looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Cooperstown and 51 degrees in Lawrence. We will just reach the low 60s today, and it is going to remain on the cooler side for the first full week of fall, with high temperatures in the 50s and 60s throughout most of this week. And once again, the unsettled weather looks to last through Wednesday with scattered showers, and we dry out for Thursday and for the weekend with sunshine coming back in. So for today, expect scattered showers to start to pick up late morning, early afternoon. A few thunderstorms are also possible, but by tonight we dry out, and there are a few breaks in the clouds for if you wanted to go out and see Jupiter. It should be okay to do that tonight. But as for tomorrow morning, clouds increase once again, and scattered showers continue for the afternoon of tomorrow, and that looks to linger into Wednesday. So isolated showers once again on Wednesday. And once again, it is going to be a little bit on the cooler side, with highs just in the 50s and 60s. But as for today, scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and evening, highs in the low 60s. And tonight we do dry out and the clouds start to decrease a little bit. But through Wednesday, we are unsettled with dry weather and sunshine coming back in Thursday.
Ian is now a hurricane, gaining steam even before it hits Cuba, and millions in Florida are bracing for the worst in the days ahead. Right now, the projected path has Ian making landfall near Tampa. NBC's Sam Brock joins us now from Tampa as residents there are stocking up on essentials.
It's been an active morning in Tampa, one of the 67 counties, or every county in the state of Florida, currently under a state of emergency. Of course, everyone anticipating what's going to happen next with Hurricane Ian, which is at a Category 1 status right now, but is nearly certain to get to major hurricane status 3 or 4 on the Gulf, and the impacts that could have for storm surge and coastal exposure all over Florida. It's a 600-mile stretch, really, from the Panhandle to the peninsula that could conceivably be in play. You look over my shoulder right now, you see all of these folks with shovels. Sand has been the most precious commodity that we've seen over the last 48 hours. Trucks came in early this morning. All of that sand was gone within about an hour. Luckily, there were reinforcements, but the people that I talked to waited online from basically 5 or 5:30 in the morning just to have an opportunity to get this. It's only one small piece of the puzzle right now as localities are preparing. As far as the state is concerned, Governor DeSantis mobilizing some 2,500 National Guardsmen. Electrical workers are on standby right now throughout the state of Florida, Of course, in the knee, they're going to have to restore power in the coming days. And there's a state of local emergency declared here in Hillsborough. I spoke with the mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor. I asked her, what are your primary concerns? It's not necessarily the high wind speeds, certainly that will be, or the heavy amount of rainfall that's expected. It's storm surge. The topography of Tampa, the way it is laid out, it's narrow and shallow, which is to say that if you get a significant storm surge and a wall of water comes in, it's going to have a really difficult time coming out. The last time that Tampa was struck by a major Category 3 or higher hurricane, 1921. That did all kinds of damage with an 11-foot storm surge, which is in the ballpark of what we might see depending upon what happens with Ian in the coming days. Of course, we'll be here to follow it all. That's the latest from Tampa. Let me send it back to you.
Is Sam Brock reporting in. Just as Ian is about to intensify, many in eastern Canada are still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. This after Fiona caused damage and power outages through a number of Caribbean islands last week. Hurricane Fiona, the strongest storm ever to hit Canada, has left residents reeling. The town of Port aux Basques in Newfoundland was one of the hardest hit areas, where officials say a woman died when she was swept out to sea. Now, residents describe the damage as absolutely chaos, with many witnesses, homes being ripped off their foundations. 200 people need shelter. Officials say it will be an extensive recovery that could take months, if not years. Canadian officials say the trail of destruction left behind by Hurricane Fiona is much worse than anything they've seen before. Hundreds of thousands of people in the region are without power. Canadian troops are being sent to eastern Canada to help with the recovery effort. And now for a look at our weather. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans. And Hannah, luckily, we aren't dealing with anything like they are.
Yes, we are not going to be seeing any hurricanes this week, but as of today through Wednesday, the weather just remains a little unsettled with scattered showers and thunderstorms expected this afternoon. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We can see some showers and thunderstorms moving towards the Syracuse area at this point. It will continue to move into the east, and we are expected to see a few isolated showers, a few isolated thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon into the early evening, but we do look to dry out by later on in the evening, and we will continue to see partly cloudy skies. The clouds will kind of start to break up, so Jupiter is actually going to be in our air, like near the Earth tonight, the closest it's been in a lot of years. So it might be a good time to go out and view that if you want to. The clouds should start to break up around 9-10 p.m. this evening. But the unsettled weather does look to continue into tomorrow and into Wednesday as well. It also is going to be a lot cooler this week, with high temperatures just in the 50s and 60s through the rest of this week and into this weekend. So actually feeling a lot more like fall for the first full week of fall. And once this unsettled weather does come to an end, we do look to dry out by Thursday, with sunshine coming in for Thursday and for most of the weekend. But for today, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible. High temperatures reaching at the lower to mid 60s, and then we'll be talking a little bit more about the unsettled weather coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Joseph Irwin, one
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking more clouds than sun this afternoon, and there is a chance to see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Let's take a look now at the Cavity Tower camera overlooking the Mohawk Valley. We are seeing a few peaks of sunshine. We saw it this morning and early afternoon here right now, but clouds are going to start to build in as some rain showers and some thunderstorms move in from the west. So taking a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the Syracuse area is getting a few showers and thunderstorms. This system is kind of moving towards us, towards the east. So scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible here this afternoon. But we do look to mostly dry out by later on tonight, around 8 or 9 p.m. is when it will be dry and clouds will start to break apart for the overnight hours. But as of right now, seeing a slight breeze coming out of the southwest as well. And all of this unsettled weather that we are going to be seeing over the next few days is because of this low pressure system that is going to continue to stick around us just to the northwest. That is going to cause scattered showers and a few thunderstorms for today through Wednesday, but then we do look to dry out on Thursday as high pressure builds in. And as of right now, according to our sky watchers, we are mainly in the upper 50s to 60s. We have 56 degrees in Old Forge and 65 degrees in Clinton and Otsego. So definitely feeling a little bit more like fall for this week, with temperatures ranging in the 50s and 60s for the rest of this week. And the unsettled weather looks to last until Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible, along with more clouds than sun. But come Thursday, that is when our high pressure builds in, and that will give us dry conditions with sunshine starting on Thursday and looking to last through most of the weekend. And once again, kind of remaining on the cooler side, especially for Wednesday and Thursday, with highs just in the upper 50s. Other than that, high temperatures are going to be in the low 60s for most of this week. On our skycast for the rest of the afternoon, we are tracking some scattered showers, possibly a few weaker thunderstorms that are going to be moving through. This looks to move through the evening, but then this is 8 p.m. We are starting to clear out and the clouds are starting to break apart at this point. And tonight we will be mostly dry, seeing partly cloudy skies. As for tomorrow, though, the clouds will increase once again. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible once again tomorrow afternoon and evening, with high temperatures reaching the low 60s. Heading into Wednesday, it remains cloudy overnight into Wednesday, and clouds stick around for the day, as well as a few isolated showers. Highs are just going to be in the upper 50s. So as for today, scattered showers and a few scattered thunderstorms are possible, but for today, not a washout at all. They are going to remain scattered, and we do look to dry out tonight. A few lingering showers are possible, but overall tonight we will be mostly dry, seeing partly cloudy skies. And the unsettled weather looks to last through Wednesday, with cooler weather this week as well. We do dry out with sunshine for Thursday, and that lasts through most of the weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Turning now to another Hannah Evans.
We are tracking some scattered showers and weaker thunderstorms moving into our area here this afternoon, and the unsettled weather looks to continue through Wednesday. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. As you can see at this point, scattered showers, a few weaker thunderstorms are moving in from west to east. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the afternoon. I would definitely grab the umbrella because we don't look to dry out until later on this evening. But we will dry out this evening, and partly cloudy skies look to come in, seeing a few breaks in those clouds tonight. So if you did want to go out and look at the planet Jupiter in the sky, it would be a good time to do that later on tonight around 9 or 10 p.m. That is when it looks like we will completely dry out and the clouds will continue to decrease. But the unsettled weather will continue for the next few days through Wednesday. We look to dry out on Thursday, remaining a little bit cooler this week with high temperatures in the mid-50s to low 60s, and sunshine looks to return fully with dry conditions on Thursday through most of the weekend. But as for today, scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible. Highs will reach the lower to mid 60s, and I will be talking a little bit more about the unsettled weather coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. The rescue
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are starting to see clouds build in as of right now, and scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible. So let's take a look at the Cavie Tower camera. Overlooking the Mohawk Valley, you can kind of see now the clouds building in, some rain kind of farther away onto our camera. We are seeing some unsettled weather starting to approach. Taking a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. Scattered showers and a few weaker thunderstorms are moving in from the west towards the east, so towards us, and this is all due to this low pressure system that is just to the northwest of us. It is going to hang out there for the next few days. Unsettled weather looks to continue through Wednesday before a high pressure builds in for Thursday, and that is when the sun will return, as well as dry conditions for the rest of the week into the weekend. According to our sky watchers for this noon, our temperatures are in the upper 50s and 60s. We have 56 degrees in Old Forge and 65 degrees in Clinton and Otsego. So the high temperature today is going to remain in the mid 60s. And once again, scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and early evening before we dry out tonight. But tomorrow, the unsettled weather remains. More scattered showers look to come in for the day tomorrow, as well as a few showers on Wednesday, and then we do dry out on Thursday as high pressure builds in and gives us sunshine and dry conditions. Also, for the rest of this week, we will be on the cooler side. High temperatures today and tomorrow just in the low 60s, and for Wednesday and Thursday, we will be in the mid to upper 50s, so even a little bit cooler before the weekend comes around again, and it looks like we are going to be in the 60s, but overall, more fall-like temperatures for the first full week of fall. As for our sky cast for the rest of the afternoon, afternoon, we are tracking a few scattered showers and weaker thunderstorms as of right now. That will continue through the early evening. 6 p.m. we are looking to dry out at this point, and clouds are looking to break up for partly cloudy skies overnight and overnight lows just in the upper 40s. As for tomorrow, clouds are going to build back in the morning, and scattered showers, possibly a few weaker thunderstorms are possible once again tomorrow in the afternoon and evening. Heading into Wednesday, it does remain mostly cloudy overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday will remain mostly cloudy with a few isolated showers, and it does look like we dry out for Thursday. So as for the rest of the day, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, not looking to be a washout at all. Highs are going to be in the mid-60s, and tonight a low in the upper 40s. A lingering shower is possible, then we do dry out and clouds start to break up overnight. So for tomorrow and Wednesday, scattered showers, a few weaker thunderstorms are still possible, but then we do dry out by Thursday and the sunshine comes in for most of the weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. In the Ukrainian city of Kupiansk.
I'm Jason Paulus. 27 counties plus New York City are now reporting cases of monkeypox, with Oneida County being the most recent to join the list.
Since nearby Onondaga County reported its first case in August, I have checked with the state health department every single day to monitor our local counties. It is your top story tonight. There is one person diagnosed here, and the Oneida County Health Department will work.
Hurricane Ian takes aim. People in the city of Tampa are bracing for extreme wind and flooding from what could be a record-setting storm surge. That's where we find reporter Chris Pallone tonight.
Up and down Florida's Gulf Coast, people are getting ready for Ian.
This is a really, really big hurricane at this point.
As the storm bears down on the Cayman Islands and Cuba, people in Florida know they only have a few hours left to get the essentials.
Gas cans and extension cords and water, and believe it or not, grills. Grills are a big item right now during this, gas grills, and we're also selling a lot of propane.
Lines for gas are long. Store shelves in some places already bare as people stock up on water and food.
I just got here and it's saying that there's no water here.
Ian is projected to reach Category 4 strength as it churns over the warm waters of the Gulf. The track still uncertain. Mandatory evacuations are already underway in low-lying parts of Tampa, where people are bracing for devastating storm surge, even if the area avoids a direct hit.
If you have that off the west coast of Florida, that's going to cause a huge amount of storm surge. You're going to have flood events. You're going to have a lot of different impacts from that. So we want everybody to be safe.
The state has pre-positioned supplies throughout the region to speed up recovery once Ian is passed.
More than 2 million meals and more than 1 million gallons of water to be ready to be sent into impacted areas.
Many here have been through this before.
I don't think we should panic. I don't think, it's part of living here in Florida.
No time to panic. There's too much to do before Ian arrives. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Tampa.
Time now for our first look at the forecast tonight. Go over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We've got a little bit of rain of our own out there right now.
Yeah, we are tracking some showers, even some thunderstorms that have moved through parts of central New York. The storms across the southern part of Herkimer County had a history of producing some small hail and gusty winds as they moved through areas like Waterville within the past hour. That storm has weakened somewhat, but again, it does continue to impact parts of our area. We'll put a storm track on this as it heads to the east, moving towards Danube at 517, Fords Bush at 523, St. Johnsville 530, and eventually most likely weakening by the time it crosses the county line into Fulton and Montgomery counties. Current temperature is 60 degrees. Our weather headlines: these showers and storms will come to an end tonight. We'll see some patchy fog. The weather turns unsettled again tomorrow, and we're seeing the influence of upper level low pressure. So this is going to be a multiple day event in terms of being unsettled. The weather, though, does improve as we look ahead. Scattered showers this evening, temperatures in the 50s. We're tracking Hurricane Ian. We'll let you know if that has any impact on our weather whatsoever. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 7 years.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Tracking some showers moving through central New York. A few rumbles of thunder and also a rainbow. This is a live look outside. This is our CAVV tower cam. Tower is in the way, but you can see part of it. Gorgeous shot there. And many of you will probably be able to see this as well, as we're seeing showers roll through the area along with some breaks of sunshine. That's the perfect combination to get rainbows in our area. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are tracking multiple areas of showers, a few rumbles of thunder. This line in particular that's moving through the Mohawk Valley is producing some gusty winds, and it will continue to track to the east. The next round is going to move in over the next hour or so. This one is weaker, but still some downpours, some thunder, some lightning possible. The weather in general unsettled for the next couple of hours, and then we do get a chance to dry out as we head into tonight. I want to give you an update on Hurricane Ian. This is going to likely make landfall in Florida later this week. The upper level wind patterns do keep this storm out of central New York. There's going to be a big dome of high pressure that brings us nice weather later in the week. This will also help to keep this storm to our south. So many of these storms end up going up the eastern seaboard. I think this one eventually will, but it looks likely to head out to sea. And by the time that happens, it's going to be next weekend. So several days away. Again, a big deal for Florida, but again, locally, the storm should stay away. If anything changes, we'll let you know. We're going to continue to keep you updated with that. Whitesboro, 59 degrees. Dolgeville, 63. Again, temperatures are just depending on who's been seeing more rain than others. Across Southern Valleys, Cooperstown, 62. Norwich, 59. And Hamilton with 55. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, grab an umbrella. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Again, some scattered showers. Tonight's featured dog is Peanut from Rome. Upper level low pressure will continue to drive our weather tonight, tomorrow, as well as Wednesday. It's going to drag in some colder weather too, so temperatures are going to cool off over the next couple of days. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, some patchy fog develops overnight. It's generally dry tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. Tomorrow we start out the day dry, and then some rain will very slowly work in from the west. Some thunderstorms are possible too. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Scattered showers, cloudy skies on Wednesday, a generally chilly day too. Temperatures only climb into the upper 50s. Passing shower tonight, some patchy fog, a low of 49. Tomorrow, afternoon and evening showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, a high of 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Chilly Wednesday and Thursday, but the weather does start to dry out. Sunshine comes back. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Some warmer weather as we head into the weekend. And coming up in a few minutes, we are tracking Hurricane Ian, and we're talking about storm surge and how that's going to play a big role in Florida's weather over the next couple of days.
All right, Bill,
sounds
thank
good. Thanks,
you.
Bill. Every year in the U.S., as many as 60 is tracking the progress of Ian right now. Bill.
Yeah, we're talking about the storm surge that we're expecting to see Florida take as we head later into the week. Let's talk about the storm surge. This is when water from the hurricane gets pushed onshore due to the wind. And as the hurricane moves onshore, the winds end up causing waves that end up pushing that water onshore. This is actually one of the most destructive and deadly parts of a hurricane. We often spend a lot of time talking about wind, but in reality, it's flooding that ends up killing more people than wind. And the storm surge ends up being a really big deal, especially on the right side of a moving hurricane. That's where we see the combination of the wind and the direction of the storm kind of add together. And unfortunately, the way that Ian is looking to go, it looks like the storm surge is going to be worse along the western shores of Florida, especially towards Tampa. So we're going to continue to track that. We're also going to look at our local weather and some cooler weather ahead. Your forecast is coming up. Jason.
Bill, thank you. The Super Bowl halftime, Bill Cardis. A lot of folks saw this in the sky the other night. This was cool.
Yeah, this is the Falcon 9 rocket launch. This was visible in our night sky. This was on Saturday evening. A lot of people seeing this and kind of getting a little freaked out about it because it kind of looks like a comet. But in reality, that's a rocket. SpaceX is in charge of this. And unfortunately, they don't always give us great information on a heads up as to when these will happen. We've reached out to them and asked them to provide us with information if we will be able to see this locally again. We'll let you know if they get back to us. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Scattered showers continue. We are also tracking some thunderstorms, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. The weather will stay unsettled this evening with more showers in store. Temperatures will drop down into the 50s. An unsettled weather pattern locally for a couple more days, but the weather is looking to get a lot nicer heading into the weekend. Look at that forecast coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. NASA and its partners.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some showers, some thunderstorms rolling through central New York, small hail, gusty winds being reported in some of these storms crossing the area. Let's take a live look outside. This is our Cooperstown camera, and you can see it is looking a little ominous here. We are tracking, again, scattered showers and storms in our area. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I want to go down to the southern valleys. This storm rolling through eastern Otsego County, having a history of producing some small hail. Just got a report from one of our weather spotters in Westford. Some small hail taking place there. This storm will continue to head out of the county relatively soon. And then there's another one that's moving towards southern Otsego County. We'll put a track on that. Heading towards Portlandville at 6:16, Maryland 6:24, and Davenport at 6:28. As we go to the north, we have another round of rain moving in. Some heavier downpours taking place too. Track on this brings it near Kirkland at 6:05, New Hartford 6:13, Utica 6:20, West Schuyler 6:28, and West Frankfort at 6:34. The weather will eventually dry out as we head into tonight. These showers will move through, and that will set the stage for some patchy fog. More unsettled weather tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Just like today, hit or miss showers, a few rumbles of thunder possible tomorrow. Generally chilly day Wednesday. If you're looking to cut the lawn, Thursday is going to be your next chance to do that. Our MoCast is sponsored by Clinton Tractor. In the 50s across most of central New York this evening, Barneville 57, Yorkville 57, Mike and New Hartford with 58, Old Forge 53. Across southern valleys, we've got Cooperstown at 60, Milford 58, and Newport checking in with 59. The temperature trend is looking chilly. We're in the low 60s tomorrow and then back into the mid 50s for Wednesday and Thursday. Looking ahead, the weather patterns do look to warm up, and the weather does look to turn sunnier as we head into the end of the week and the weekend. Low pressure is driving our weather, a very slow-moving area of low pressure. You can see the center of this big circulation, kind of looks like a big pinwheel. This is moving very slowly to the east, and it will drive our weather here for the next 2 days. Tonight, patchy fog. Overnight lows dropped into the upper 40s. We start out tomorrow dry. We're expecting showers to develop in the afternoon and evening. Some rumbles of thunder are possible tomorrow, too. So I think it's going to be very similar to today. Tomorrow night, the weather looks generally unsettled, more scattered showers. More clouds and sunshine on Wednesday and chilly with temperatures only in the mid to upper 50s. Passing shower tonight, patchy fog developing, a low of 49. Tomorrow, showers in the afternoon and evening, a rumble of thunder possible, highs in the low 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Ride for missing children. Wednesday's looking chilly. Clouds, showers, temperatures in the mid 50s. The sun is back out Thursday. Could see some frost in outlying areas Thursday night. The stage is set for a generally nice weekend. Looking at some sunshine heading into Saturday. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 60s. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we've got the latest update on Hurricane Ian and where it's tracking. Stay with us.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Yeah, tracking a few thunderstorms in our area. We were estimating that winds topped out about 40 to 45 miles an hour with some of those storms that came through. So that's below the threshold of what's considered severe, but as you can see, it still creates problems and it can still do some damage. Also, in addition to wind, we saw some hail. This picture from Westford from Stephen, and as well as Gilbertsville. This is from Tim Stark. We also had hail being reported in Waterville, again, that storm that continued to roll through. And actually, wanted to get to this too. We also had some rainbow shots. This picture from Marcy, this is worth taking a look at. Not one, but two. So some beautiful pictures there as well. We're continuing to track showers, a few thunderstorms rolling through the area this evening. A few more rounds to get through before things start to quiet down. Our current temperature is 58 degrees. And again, this evening we are tracking some scattered showers, a few downpours. Unsettled weather here for the next couple of days. We're tracking that as well as the latest with Hurricane Ian. And if this has any effect on our local weather, that's coming up. Back over to you.
All right, coming up on Wednesday.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track showers, a few thunderstorms rolling through our area. Have a look at this ominous sky in Cooperstown. Actually, this is a very pretty sight. Not only do you have the dark clouds, but you also have the contrast with clearing skies there as well. What we're tracking here are downpours that continue to take place in parts of the area. These storms themselves have weakened over the past hour. We saw a lot more lightning strikes an hour ago compared to what's out there now, but still some downpours in Cooperstown, Oneonta. This continues to head to the east. We have another downpour that will continue to roll across the Mohawk Valley. We'll put a track on this as it heads east, impacting areas like West Schuyler at 623, Frankfort 631, Herkimer 640, Little Falls 652, and Manheim at 659. There are more showers to the west, but that's the ones that are out there now are the heaviest, and we do expect the weather to dry out as we head into tonight. Hurricane Ian is a Category 2 storm. Winds measured at 100 miles an hour. It's expected to strengthen considerably over the next 24 hours and make its way towards Florida, likely making landfall near Tampa and slowing down. A bad combination for folks along the Florida coast here because it's a slow-moving storm, which means there's going to be big impacts here for the next couple of days. This is the time frame of this making landfall would be Wednesday and into Thursday. As far as our local weather is concerned, because a lot of these storms end up going up the eastern seaboard, the weather patterns favor high pressure locally, which should keep this storm to our south and east. It's several days away, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that. But again, all indications are that anything left over from this should not impact our weather. And again, if anything changes, we'll let you know. Barneveld 57 degrees, Old Forge 53. Jeff and Mohawk checks in with 58. Chilly day across the southern valleys. Temperatures in the 50s, Schuyler 55, Cassville 58, and Cooperstown checking in with 60 degrees. You've got an area of low pressure that's driving our weather. You can see this big pinwheel in the atmosphere. That's the center of the storm. This is slowly going to move east, and it brings more showers and storms to our area as we head into tomorrow. We'll get a break in the weather tonight, some patchy fog, overnight lows near 50. And I think tomorrow plays out similar to today. We start out dry, and then we'll see some showers and storms developing in the afternoon. Temperatures will top out in the low 60s. As this center of low pressure arrives on Wednesday, it brings more clouds and showers and cooler weather. Temperatures Wednesday afternoon only in the 50s. Passing shower tonight, some patchy fog, a low of 49. Tomorrow, showers develop in the afternoon, maybe a rumble of thunder, a high of 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cloud showers Wednesday, 56 for the ride for missing children. Thursday, Friday, the weather dries out. We'll see some sunshine and nicer weather as we head into the weekend. Back over to you. I
want to mention, too, participating in this year's ride. How do we not say this? Bill Curtis and Dave Streeter here from the station representing WKTV.
Let's thank you for joining us tonight. Right now, it's a state of emergency in Florida. Hurricane Ian is rapidly intensifying and is forecasted to become a major hurricane predicted to strike Florida's Gulf Coast with life-threatening force, which has national forecasters and our own meteorologists on high alert. Officials are warning anyone in the storm's path to get out of the way. Connor Powell has the very latest from Florida in our top story tonight.
This could be the storm that we've hoped would never come to our shores.
The threat of a force we haven't seen in our lifetime. That's the worry of officials across Florida and national forecasters in Tampa, where the last major hurricane to make a direct strike was over 100 years ago.
Floridians up and down the Gulf Coast should feel the impacts of this as up to 36 hours before actual landfall due to the size of the hurricane. This is a really, really big hurricane at this point. The diameter, the width of it's about 500 miles wide.
The threat of Hurricane Ian triggering an installation-wide mandatory evacuation on the MacDill Air Force Base and prompting mandatory evacuations in parts of Hillsborough County, where schools are now closed through at least Thursday. Officials aren't mincing words in warning people to act now.
Well, you certainly can replace personal possessions, you can't bring anyone back to life. And I think these last couple of years with these superstorms, if that hasn't shown us how devastating Mother Nature can be, Mother Nature always wins. This is nothing to mess around with. If you can leave, just leave now, and we will take care of your personal property.
In Jacksonville, Florida, I'm Connor Powell.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis keeping a close eye on Ian. He joins me now. What is the very latest you're hearing tonight?
This is about ready to make landfall. It'll weaken a very small amount as it does so, but it's going to strengthen once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
Everything is in place for this to be a really big storm here over the next couple of days.
Could we see more than a 3, or is 3 about as strong as we could see?
I think we're pushing high end 3 or maybe a 4 as we head into the next couple of days. Let's take a look at the track from the National Hurricane Center. The one thing that has changed with the track, about 24 hours ago, it looked like this was going to go more west.
Yeah.
But conditions in the atmosphere favor a slower moving storm, and that's eventually going to end up forcing it to go more to the east because there's a ridge of high pressure that will be building in. So the delay ends up turning it towards Florida.
And the big key, as you always say, is storm surge. It's not necessarily the winds, it's the water that's going to get people.
And it's how slow this storm is going to be moving too. It's slowing down as it gets towards Tampa. So again, this is going to be a really big deal over the next couple of days. We'll continue to track that.
How about our weather?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take a look at how things are looking in our area. Again, a couple of scattered showers. We had a lot more activity earlier with showers and thunderstorms, some small hail being reported in the area. This was from Westford, from Stephen, and also some hail in Gilbertsville as well as Waterville. Current temperature is 51 degrees heading into tonight. We'll drop down into the upper 40s, and patchy fog is expected. A cool day tomorrow. Look at your forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. You talked about those damage right around 4:45 this evening. Dwight Avenue in Clinton, a few trees came down, taking down some wires. You can see National Grid on the scene. About 100 people were without power for a short time. No injuries to report. New tonight, a couple of public hearings in the docket for the Village of.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're taking a live look outside. This is our CAVB Tower Cam overlooking the city of Utica. We are tracking a few sprinkles out there, especially west of Utica, but for the most part, tonight's weather looks pretty quiet. Aside from a brief passing shower, I think most of the night is dry. It's going to be a different story tomorrow. We start out dry, but watch what happens as we head into the afternoon. Our chance for rain increases. And like today, I think the afternoon will be filled with showers, a few downpours, and maybe some rumbles of thunder as well. The rain chances go down a little bit heading into tomorrow night, and then some on and off showers are expected as we look ahead to Wednesday. With that in mind, you're not going to get much mowing done over the next couple of days with this kind of weather. Even though it's not going to be a washout, it's not going to get a chance to really dry out. Best time to cut the lawn, Thursday and onward. The weather does look a lot nicer heading into the weekend. Our Mowcast is sponsored by Clinton Tractor. Your hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow, we start out at 7 a.m., temperatures in the low 50s, and we don't warm up that much tomorrow. We'll make it into the low 60s. It's going to be a generally cloudy day with a breeze throughout the afternoon between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The weather is being driven by low pressure approaching from the northwest. You can see this big swirl in the atmosphere. It almost looks like a giant pinwheel. That's the center of low pressure. This is going to very slowly push to the east. As it moves east, it turns winds into the northwest. So temperatures are going to gradually cool off over the next couple of days. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Again, we're going to see a break in the rain tonight. Generally dry weather. Again, some patchy fog. Overnight lows near 50. Dry start to the day tomorrow, but again, we'll be on the lookout for more showers and a few rumbles of thunder heading into the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low 60s. On and off showers tomorrow night. Overnight lows drop to around 50. Wednesday, a generally cloudy day with on and off rain showers. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 50s. By the time we head into Thursday, this system will eventually head to the east, and that's going to change the weather. We should get a chance to start to dry out and see some sunshine. Passing shower tonight, low of 49. Again, watch out for patchy fog overnight and into first thing tomorrow morning. Showers develop tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A cool one Wednesday for the ride. 56 for the high. Thursday, return to sunshine, 57. Patchy frost is possible Thursday night. Temperatures climb into the low 60s Friday and Saturday. And looking on the warmer side as we head into Sunday. We'll be right back.
I'm Jason Powless. Thank you for joining us tonight. Right now, it's a state of emergency in Florida. Hurricane Ian is rapidly intensifying and is forecasted to become a major hurricane predicted to strike Florida's Gulf Coast with life-threatening force, which has national forecasters and our own meteorologists on high alert. This is a look at the storm from space. It's huge. Tonight, officials are warning anyone in the storm's path to get out of the way. Connor Powell has the latest from Florida in our top story tonight.
This could be the storm that we've hoped would never come to our shores.
The threat of a force we haven't seen in our lifetime. That's the worry of officials across Florida and national forecasters in Tampa, where the last major hurricane to make a direct strike was over 100 years ago.
Floridians up and down the Gulf Coast should feel the impacts of this as up to 36 hours before actual landfall due to the size of the hurricane. This is a really, really big hurricane at this point. The diameter, the width of it's about 500 miles wide.
The threat of Hurricane Ian triggering an installation-wide mandatory evacuation on the MacDill Air Force Base and prompting mandatory evacuations in parts of Hillsborough County, where schools are now closed through at least Thursday. Officials aren't mincing words in warning people to act now.
Well, you certainly can replace personal possessions. You can't bring anyone back to life. And I think these last couple of years with these superstorms, if that hasn't shown us how devastating Mother Nature can be, Mother Nature always wins. This is nothing to mess around with. If you can leave, just leave now, and we will take care of your personal property.
In Jacksonville, Florida, I'm Connor Powell.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis keeping a close eye on Ian. He joins me now. And Bill, what is the latest data coming in about this hurricane?
So we had an 11 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. It's now 105-mile-an-hour winds, so that's up about 5 miles an hour since the last update at 8 p.m. So slightly intensifying. This is expected to intensify more as it heads into the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, what kind of track are we taking with this, and could it be a strong 3 by the time it gets towards Florida?
I think so. It could be a strong 3. It might even be a 4. To be a major hurricane, it has to be at least a 3, and all projections say that that's going to be the case. The thing that has changed in the last 24 hours is the track ends up being a little bit more to the east, and this storm is slowing down. So that's really bad news for folks along the Florida coast, not just with a major landfalling hurricane, but I think this one, the big deal is going to be how long of a storm that they're going to be dealing with along the coastal areas.
Storm surge and heavy rains, if it's not going anywhere. It reminds you, I'm not saying it's going to be, but it reminds you of Hurricane Katrina. It just dumped water and water.
Right. The good news about this locally is that it should stay away. We're not expecting any of its influence in our local area. Let's take a look at our local weather tonight. We are tracking just a couple of sprinkles out there to the north and west. We had some weather earlier today. We had some small hail reported in Westford, that's in Otsego County, from Stephen, as well as Gilbertsville, seeing some hail there as well as Waterville. Some places seeing some of that hail. Current temperature is 50 degrees as we head into tonight. Temperatures don't change very much, passing showers and patchy fog. We're tracking more showers tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We had a couple of storms here tonight. Here's some damage from about 4:45 this evening. This is Dwight Ave in Clinton. A few trees down, taking out the wires. You see National Grid on scene. About 100 people were without power. No injuries to report. New tonight, a couple of public...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking unsettled weather here in central New York for the next couple of days as low pressure settles in. A pretty quiet evening across the region. This is a live look at our CABV tower cam, and the weather is looking dry for now. We had showers and thunderstorms earlier today. We're seeing some rain on the northern side of Lake Ontario. That is going to slowly push to the east, and our rain chances will increase as we head into tomorrow. Overnight, things look pretty quiet. Tomorrow morning, things look pretty quiet, but our rain chances increase in the late morning to early afternoon. We're expecting showers and a few thunderstorms to develop. The chance for rain continues tomorrow night as well as Wednesday. Again, some cooler weather will be lingering around too. With that being said, the next couple of days are not very favorable to cut the lawn, but if you want to do it, I think Thursday is going to be a better day. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Morning commute, looking at some patchy fog, otherwise pretty quiet. The drive home featuring some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. The day tomorrow is going to be a cool one. Temperatures will be in the low 60s. We'll start out in the low 50s and again warm up a little bit as we head into the afternoon. As we look at the winds will be picking up throughout the day. We'll call it a breezy afternoon. Winds generally coming in from the west-southwest. Radar and satellite image showing a big swirl in the atmosphere. This is a big pinwheel caused by low pressure. This is going to drive our weather for the next couple of days. It's a slow mover, and it's going to drive south and east over the next 24 hours. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast looking at dry conditions overnight, some patchy fog. Temperatures start out around 50. I think tomorrow shapes up similar to today. We'll get dry weather in the morning. We might get some breaks of sunshine, and we have the chance of seeing a shower or maybe a rumble of thunder in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Tomorrow night, the showers linger around, and that will linger into Wednesday as well. Wednesday, a cool, cloudy afternoon with scattered showers and temperatures only climbing into the 50s. Passing showers tonight, patchy fog. Overnight lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, we start out dry. We'll finish with some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder, a high of 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wednesday, clouds, showers for the ride. Temperatures only in the mid-50s. Thursday looks sunny, a chilly one. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Could be talking about some patchy frost Thursday night in outlying areas. Friday, dry, sunny, low 60s, and the weekend right now is looking pretty nice. Anything with Hurricane Ian should stay well away from us, and we'll be enjoying some sunshine heading into the weekend. Jason.
All right, Bill, thank you. Coming up next, a